Hello, magnetic leaders. 𝑘𝑒𝑝𝑡 here, the human MRI psychic surgeon. And today I'm just here to have a conversation about self-development and how that can be a barrier to your healing and growth. So who is here with me and where you watching this from? Say something. Hi, give me a heart. If you're watching on replay, hash replay. I'm excited about this topic because, as I always say, one thing that I learned when I was doing change management for companies and all that, one thing that I learned is that, change is change, and change is here to stay. And it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether it's in your personal life, your professional life, change is here. The question is, where are you? And as much as change is here, there is a lot of information. This is why I'm talking about self-development. There is a lot of information. There is a lot of modalities. There is a lot of things. And actually, just as I'm speaking about this, I just get reminded of the time when I was getting into this whole spiritual community and all that. And I was just like, this is so confusing because everybody's coming through. There is a healer, this, and they say this, they say that. I don't even know what I need and all that. And at that time, I was in the mind, not in my body, because when you are in a body, you can know what is yours and what is not yours. And this is also the thing with self-development. When I go back again to change, to say there is a lot of information, and information is not transformation. So if you get stuck in, I know, as much as you will be having a lot of information, you will know a lot and you can talk about it and all that. But if you are not able to implement what you know, if you have a lot of information, but you are not seeing any shifts in your life, when you look at the results in your life, you don't see anything. And one thing that I want to talk about in alignment with that is, what is your story? You know, what is your story when it comes to your finances? What is your story when it comes to your relationships? What is your story when it comes to your business? When it comes to your health? What is your story? Because whatever story that you have, whatever story that you are living by, it can be a filter to your life, to the results that you need, to the relationship that you get to create and all that. And your story maybe it can be that you are positive, because I see a lot of that at times when I either having conversations with people out there or just on a breakthrough call with other people, and you ask what is going on. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, say a little bit of what is happening, but it's nothing big, I'm just being positive. Things are gonna turn out okay, and I'm just seeing this as as transformation or whatever, the reframing that is out there. And is it true? Of course it's true. But it's another thing when, one thing that I say, even when it comes to hope, there is a point when you need hope in your life, when you are completely broken and you need someone to give you hope, to say it's not going to be like that forever. And there is a point where hope is going to keep you stuck, because now you need to go beyond hope and start thriving. And if you are still using the tools that you used when you needed hope, when you were broken, when you were defenseless, when you were powerless, when life happens at times, you wonder, am I really going to get out of here? You don't even know how to walk from there. You don't have any hope. Like, you are hopeless and you don't even see any way out of that. That's the moment when hope is really vital in your life. You need it like you need air. But when you get to different stages and you're still hoping, that's just what it is. You're not gonna get where you need to go, where you need to go. And I see a lot of people where they gather information. You're just an information gatherer. You go around collecting different information, connecting different information. And that information, there's nothing wrong with the information, but it might be the information that is true for other people. It might not be your truth. And you might have gathered the information, held into I am positive, minimized what is really going on. Because at times, for a shift to happen, you get to look at what is here. What is true right now? Where do I want to go? Because yes, you are positive, you have reframed, you have done all those tools that you have been given, but is it true? Like when you say things are shifting, are they really shifting? Or you've been saying that for the past 6 months, for the past 6 years, and you are still in the same place. You have a lot of information, you are reframing, you are positive, but you don't see anything. Because it's another thing when you are just positive, like in the mind, but you don't feel it. There is nothing that you are feeling. You can say I'm great, but you don't feel great. Like I said, a lot of people that I connect with, they come with all the powerful phrases and positivity and all that. But when I connect, what I hear, what I feel from the body, what I get from the inner children and all that different aspects, it's anger. There is a lot of grief. There is a lot of sadness. The body is feeling like I'm just paralyzed here. I need something. And you are saying, no, I'm just fine. And you are ignoring what is here. Because the truth of it is, you cannot heal what you do not acknowledge. You cannot heal what you do not feel. So you can hold into the mind and tell yourself a lot of stories. You can read different books and all that. And maybe it will keep you going for a little while. And then you go back to where you were. Because the real transformation has not happened. Those patterns, imprints, beliefs that you are holding into, they keep on creating the life, whether you want it or not. And actually, one thing that is quite interesting, that I was working on lately, it's been the ancestral beliefs, and it's quite interesting because you can have your mind like there is a lot of information out there to say, what, just charge your worth. How do you get confidence? No, just go do it and then you'll get confidence. And this is here, this is where I'm coming from with when you are using an illusion of positivity, mentalization of self-love, an illusion of strength, it's giving you a false idea of emotional resilience because you are disconnected from your body. You are not connected to your emotions. So you show up with that illusion of strength, and it gives you a false idea of emotional resilience. And the reason why most of you are burnt out is because you are disconnected. You are working with an idea of strength, an idea of mentalization of self-love, which at times it could be a defense mechanism. Something happens and you are hurt, and instead of admitting that, what, I'm hurt, I'm disappointed, I've been betrayed, all you rush to is, I love myself anyway, so I don't care. Really? Really? Anger is even better when you are angry because it shows that there is an aspect of yourself. Actually, this is this is mind-blowing. At times when you are not feeling anything, when there's no anger or anything, it's an aspect of yourself that shows that you don't feel even esteemed enough to find something wrong with what is happening. You are just numb. You don't feel anything. And this is why I always say, at times, as much as a lot of people do not want to feel the victim and all that, which is a very big part of us as the collective consciousness, and it's a very big part of the God wound. The victim is coming from that connection with God where something happens and you are praying and asking God, please save my child, please save my partner, please God save me, and nothing happens. You lose somebody you love, you lose the things that you had, and you feel like God does not love me. You feel like a victim, and it's rightfully so. But because most of the people or humanity for a long time, we didn't have a relationship with God. We fear God more than we love God. We fall into the powerlessness. What can I do? It's God's decision. It's God's will. We don't allow ourselves to feel the anger that is there. And you become numb to yourself. And victim consciousness is the first, it's actually a great stage because it shows that something is happening. And when you feel the anger that most of you do not want to feel because you perceive it as non-spiritual, as non-positive, and all the stories that is out there, you do not allow yourself to feel, because anger is like, oh, it's not enlightened, it's not so womanly, and all the stories. so you numb yourself. But anger is also an emotion that shows that I'm feeling that something is not right here. I'm angry because now I realize that because of not feeling esteemed, I allowed and accepted and agreed to things that are not in alignment with who I am. And you feel the anger that is opening up so that you can now drop in and feel the grief, the sadness, the disappointment, whatever that is. And when you get to sit with yourself and be here and say, whatever and whoever that you are, you deserve to be heard. That is you making space for all aspects of you. That is you walking your path. That is you being with all aspects of yourself, not the denial that I see. Because the main problem that we have is the denial of the divine. And the divine is the anger that is here, the divinity that is here, is the child that is throwing a tantrum, is the child that never felt heard or seen. And you are saying, just shush. And at the same time, you are blaming other people that your parents were not there for you, caretakers were not there for you. And you are doing the same thing that you're saying they did to you. You are not present. You are not willing to listen yourself. You are holding into an idea of positivity. You run away from something because it triggers something, and you are not willing to listen to that, and you reframe. And that which you are avoiding is exactly what was going to bring your transformation. And I hear a lot of people at times holding into, oh, I read this book and all that and whatnot. What you read a book, it's just something that is coming here. Are you able to be with what that book brings, or even how are you interpreting what is coming through? I had someone who read a book, and after reading this book, they just got deep into basically re-traumatized, and there was no one who can hold them, who can hold space them for them, and also show them exactly what is happening. This is why you by yourself and the awareness and all the information that you have is not enough to give you the transformation that you need. And I'm here today on Intentional Courageous Action Monday to ask you, what are you willing to do about the awareness that has come to you? Because it's what you do with the awareness that you have. Like someone said to me, oh, I'm celebrating that my disconnection to my sexual energy is keeping me small and it's limiting me. And that's it. And no matter what you say, no matter what you're trying to convince yourself, you cannot fool the patterns. You cannot fool the universe. And even when it comes to the ancestral patterns, this is where I was getting to say, when it comes to your ancestors, the ancestral patterns, the ancestral survival patterns, it doesn't care. They don't care, your ancestors, how much you have done the mindset work and all that. If they are not in agreement with something coming from their wounded perspectives and all that, they're gonna keep you stuck. They're gonna be on your way. It doesn't matter whether you believe in ancestors or not. They are a part of you. You are a part of them, and you have an agreement. That's why you are born in the family that you are born in. You came here at a soul level with a plan to remember, to be present, to heal. And you can go to the past and get whatever information that you're getting, and then you go to the future to say, this is what I want. But if you are not able to be present here, you are not going to shift any shit. And that's the problem with self-development. You gather information, you have so much awareness, you have a lot of information, and it becomes a barrier to what you want to create. You are not seeing a shift because you are not able to be present. You are not being honest with yourself, which is the core of transformation. If you are not able to just look at things and say, okay, fine, I've been telling myself this story for 5 years, and here I am. I've learned these modalities, but they're keeping me stuck in my head. Because for you to shift anything when it comes to beliefs, imprints, patterns, and all those triggers, if you are able to be present, you want to transform and shift things at a faster rate. For you to even bring transformation to your clients is when you are able to be present and discern what is theirs and what is yours. Because some people, you don't want to be triggered, and you shift like, I want to be positive. What is it that you are running away from? What stories are you making? Because those are they make you see the world the way you see it. And there is a lot of information out there, but there is no transformation. Because if there was a a lot of information and it was transformational, a lot of people's lives would be transformed. Even when you talk about self-love, which is the truth of it is there is mentalization of it, not real self-love, because real self-love is not to say I only love aspects of myself that are funny, that are joyful, and in the times when I feel ugly, I'm angry and all that, then I don't love myself. That's not self-love. Self-love is being with you unconditionally. Self-love is looking at aspects of yourself that you have avoided, repressed, suppressed, that other people have avoided, repressed, and suppressed. Whatever that you have been told, looking at that and say, you may have been told this, but I love you anyway. I love you. But some of you don't feel. You are so stuck in your mind. You may gather information, read about the red flags and all that. But at the end of the day, you are not going to be able to discern the red flags because your nervous system is still going to go towards what is familiar. Somebody's going to tell you something that sounds good and it's very easy for you to be manipulated because you are so fucking stuck in your mind. But when you drop in your body, because right now you might drop in your body and what you're going to hear is their wounds that are so loud. I don't want to listen to her. Why is she saying that? And you don't want to listen. And when you are healed, there is no charges. You can listen and be neutral without getting triggered, without making it about an attack or anything. Just listen to say, yeah, I get to do something. Because if you are dealing with something new, then congrats. But if you have been dealing with the same thing over and over, the same problems in relationships over and over again, the same problems in your finances over and over again, the same problems with your health, it's repetitive. It shows that you are not growing, even though you claim to be positive, but something hasn't shifted because you don't see that playing outside of you, since the outside is a reflection of what's within. As within, so without. As above, so below. And those of you who are committed, if you know that you are a leader and you are willing to lead yourself and you are willing to allow your leader to be magnetic, like I said, there is something that one of my clients, after magnetizing a business opportunity for 90K, what she said was, it's not about the money. How? I'm celebrating, grateful that my name is spoken in the rooms where I am not present, but I'm sitting here and my name is being called. Opportunities are finding me, and that is you. Be magnetic. And if you feel called and you are ready, you are decisive, book a call and let's have a conversation. I'm just gonna show you, identify what your body is bringing through, what aspect of yourself is holding you back, what beliefs, imprints, patterns are interfering with your success, and how you can easily shift that. Because it's another thing when you hear someone saying, be present, be in your body, hold space, you know, and doing it. It's information, which is a lot of what people know. But when it comes to now being that, because you are a human being, you are here to be. And some of you are stuck in the doing, but still the doing is not changing anything. And this is your time. When I talk about intentional, courageous action Monday, it's you clicking that link and booking your call so that I can share the information that maybe no one has ever shared with you, because I have a unique gift that I get to connect with different aspects, and it doesn't matter what you say, and the body is sharing what it's saying. It's sharing what is here, no matter what you are telling yourself. And now when you get to work together and shift that, it's even more effective. Like I said, it's not about the words that we say. Transformation is not just information. Are you willing to be honest with yourself and finally take an action that is going to lead you to something? How do you intend to finish this 2023? How do you intend to show up in 2024? Like I say, there's a difference with somebody who is showing up with confidence and conviction. You become unstoppable, and it's not the confidence that is dependent on what you have or on what you achieve. It's not the confidence that is dependent on you getting that offer or not. It's just the knowing of who I am. If somebody says no, you know. a yes is in the next corner. It's coming from deep within on who you are. So what did you take away from this? And what are you willing to do about it? I love you, and I'll leave you with that. And I can't wait to have a conversation with you and share with you something that is mind-blowing so that you can have the shift that you deserve and be a leader, not just a leader, but a magnetic leader that you are born to be.